And welcome into the live stream, folks. Oh, welcome to the live stream. Welcome into the live stream, folks. Welcome to the live. Call coming to Russell. The goalie scores! Frederick scores! Frederick from the circle. And the Bruins regain the lead. It's 3-2. Postrock. Krejci, Saka scores again! What a pass by the check line! Check! Mates! McAvoy, he shoots, he scores! To broadcast it for McAvoy, shooting, scores! So this is the third freaking time in the past 30 seconds we've seen this damn commercial of Dak Prescott laying on a damn mattress, bro. Get that off my TV screen. OMG. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into the live stream tonight. The Bruins are in Columbus to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets from the Nationwide Arena. I don't know how I'm here. I'll explain in a minute why. Let's get into your starting lineups. For the Bruins, it is Morgan Geekie, Pavel Zacha, and David Pastrnak. Charlie Coyle, Brad Marchand, and Jake DeBrusk. Danton Hunt on the right side, Trent Frederick in the middle, JVR on the left. Georgi Merkulov, Jacob Lauko, and Oscar Steen. Mason Lowry, Charlie McAvoy, Hampus Lindholm, and Brandon Carlo. Matt Grzelcyk and Kevin Shattenkirk with Ullmark in net. Johnny Beecher will be having a seat tonight. For the Blue Jackets, it's Adam Fantilli, Johnny Gaudreau, and Justin Danforth. Voronkov, Chinnikov, and Marchenko. Cole Sillinger, Kent Johnson, and Emil Bemstrom. Brendan Gaunt, Alex Texier, and Jack Roslovic. Ivan Provorov and Damon Severson. Jake Bean and Juracek. Christensen and Goodbranson with Spencer Martin in goal. Oh boy. I'm not even going to lie to you. So, let me explain. I was in a bit of a rush. First of all, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. It's the first Bruins game of the 2024 calendar year. It almost didn't happen. So, how's it going? 10 shots. Eagles, Michael, Kathy, Mike, Matt, Wowie. My cats love each other. Naisha, Kristen, Lucas, Lava, Kathy, Cameron, Ronnie, everybody in chat. Hello. This almost didn't happen. I was cutting it a little close. I went over to my grandmother's for dinner tonight, and I didn't get home till about 20 minutes ago. This stream almost didn't happen, so I'm glad we're live. How's it going, Kyle? Good to see you. Yeah, this stream almost didn't happen, so I decided. I looked at the time. Oh my God, it's 6:15. I better start driving home. And I had a 15 to 20 minute drive, and it took 25 minutes instead because of traffic. So I almost didn't make it home. But we did. We're here. We made it. We're good. And almost didn't start on time. So, but we're good though. But hello, anyway, hello everybody. We already got 31 people in chat. I haven't even done anything yet. Hello everybody. Ugh. Hello, hello, hello. Bruins and Blue Jackets coming up after this commercial break on Nesson. Let's get into your predictions. Before we get the game started, I want to talk to you guys. What do you think is going to happen tonight? Will the Bruins pick up a win? Actually, no, forget that. Scratch that. Here's my question of the night. Who will be the first Bruin to score in the 2024 calendar year? Who will it be? Who will be the first Bruin to score in the calendar year of 2024? I'm very curious to see what you guys think. I mean, the last person to score in the 2023 calendar year was Pavel Zacha with the empty netter. All right, so we got... All right, I'm looking at chat. How's it going, football? Good to see you. Marshy, Zacha, Pasta, Coyle. We got 3 Coils. Alako, Beecher. He's not even playing tonight. We're going to get shut out by the Blue Jackets? Ah, crap. First Bruin to score a goal is Merkulov. Hey. In case anyone cares, Jake DeBrusk was the first person to score for the Bruins in 2024. In 2023. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In the Winter Classic. I think that Potty's coming back early. Yep, Canada got knocked out from the World Juniors today. Oof. He might play Saturday against Tampa. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Code red, not good. That's awful for Team Canada. I laughed. I woke up as it was happening. I got the text. Canada got knocked out. Huh? No Corrali for Columbus? No, Corrali, he had a medical emergency a couple weeks ago and he hasn't returned, so. Canada must have set a record for shots missed in the net. Oh, really? I didn't watch the game, so. All right, well, let's get into this one. You got the scoreboard now. Here's your starting lineup, your starting goaltender. For the Bruins, it's Linus Ullmark, 17 starts, 18 games, 11-5-2 on the year with a 2.82 goals against average and a .914 save percentage for Ullmark and the Bruins. The Blue Jackets, it's Spencer Martin, 9 starts and 12 appearances. He's 3-7-1, a 3.62 goals against average and a .889 save percentage. The Bruins in the calendar year of 2023 went 32-9-4, which is the most road wins in a calendar year in franchise history. The game is on, everybody. Bruins going from right to left in the road whites. McAvoy shot saved by Martin. Blue Jackets in home blues with the red pants going from left to right. Here come the Blue Jackets. Voronkov over to Chinnikov with it. Play back to the line. Severson poke checked by DeBrusk and the puck comes out. Yegor Chinnikov on it. Playing it back to Ivan Provorov over to Severson. Deflected off of Johnny Gaudreau. Carlo knocks it down. Played past Fantilli. Oh my God. Pasternak to Geeky. He gets it in the zone. This is the final day of my 4 consecutive days of live streams. The Bruins had a back-to-back. Then I called the Winter Classic yesterday. And then I'm calling this game. Tomorrow I get off. Thank God. Pasternak to Lindholm. For Zacha. Pasternak with it. Cross the line. Pasternak. Works it in behind the net. Good Branson against Zacha. Good Branson. Zacha lifts his stick. Pasternak shot. Glove save Martin. And he'll hang on. Caps play Penstein. Should be a good game. Should be a very good game. Yes, Elijah, hello. I saw your matches the first time. I said, what's up? Hurricanes and Rangers already got going. That game is scoreless still. First minute in. Carolina's already in the power play. Frederick against Cole Sillinger. Frederick wins the draw. Shattenkirk to Grzelcyk. Van Riemsdyk out high. Plays it in behind the net. This trio of Van Riemsdyk, Heinen, and Frederick has been awesome this year so far. The first few times we've seen them. Shot knocked down in traffic. On the way to the net from Grzelcyk. Bemstrom puck got knocked off Bemstrom's stick by Grzelcyk. Shattenkirk moves it ahead. Here's Heinen. Frederick. Van Riemsdyk keeps it alive. Plays it in behind the net. Frederick now. Frederick trying to center it for Van Riemsdyk. Couldn't get the pass through. Heinen takes it away. Back to Shattenkirk. Matt Grzelcyk playing it in behind the net. Bemstrom tied up by Heinen. Jake Bean over to Kent Johnson. Johnson dumps it in. Lowry to McAvoy. Lauko trying to move it out. Can't. Now, this is kind of a homecoming in a way for Mason Lowry and Georgi Merkulov, as both of these players played for Ohio State in the men's hockey department. Oh! Roslovic rocks Merkulov with a big, clean, open ice hit. As the puck deflects up and out of play from Gauntz and Lindholm. And yep, as Lowry and Merkulov were teammates for the Ohio State Buckeyes for the 21-22 season. Just 2 years ago. And teammates in Providence and now teammates with the big club in Boston. Look at that story. They can never seem to get separated from each other, can't they? And there they are, some of the Ohio State men's hockey teams in attendance. Yeah, exotic. Merkulov just got welcomed to the NHL. Sure did with that open ice clean hit by Jack Roslovic. DeBrusk will come in and take the draw against Voronkov at center ice as Coyle got waved out. Tie up. Voronkov wins the draw. Nice hit, though. Yeah, clean hit. Coyle for Marchand. Puck popped up in the air. Marchand gloves it down, playing it over to Lindholm. Lindholm saucer pass, played over to Coyle. Puck goes past him. Provorov and Coyle tied up for the puck. Marchand works it free from trouble. Marchand back to Carlo. Fakes the shot. Lindholm left circle. Back to Carlo, the point. Carlo closes. A shot saved by Martin on a chance for Brandon Carlo. My speaker is still beeping at me like a landline, so I can't even use my speaker tonight again. I don't know why my speaker is beeping at me like a landline. I don't know why. Loving the forecheck so far. The forecheck has been the key to the Bruins game the past, ever since the Sabres game. The Devils game, the forecheck was the best it's been all season. And then the game against the Red Wings on Sunday was also a really good forecheck, and then I've seen good forechecks so far. McAvoy and Grzelcyk beat Danforth back, and it'll be an ice league against Columbus. Now, the first time these two teams met in this building, Columbus won. So, Columbus beat them 5-2. Yikes. But then the Bruins hosted Columbus, and the Bruins beat them in their building. So, this will be the final time. I'm pretty sure these two teams will meet this season. I'll check that to make sure. Puck played around. McAvoy against Danforth. Zacha helps hold it in. Fantilli up the ice. Danforth can't play it. Lowry trying to get it to Geekie. How's it going, Brian? Good to see you. Geekie will backhand it in. Yep, this is the last time these two teams will meet all season. How's it going, Will? McAvoy trying to play it to Geekie. Can't. Zacha gets the deflected pass. Back to McAvoy. Pass up ice is broken up by Kent Johnson. Here's Emil Bemstrom getting around the bend. Bemstrom in front. McAvoy closing him off. Cole Sillinger back to Juracek. A shot knocked down. Lowry trying to move it up. Bemstrom takes it from Lowry. Here is Kent Johnson trying to throw it in front for Sillinger. Can't. Sillinger tied up. Played in front, and Geekie gets it away from trouble. So, Blue Jackets won on November 27th, 5-2 in Nationwide Arena. The Bruins hosted them a week later, and the Bruins won 3-1. So, And it's the final meeting of the three teams, the two teams this season. So, because the Blue Jackets, unless a miracle comes, most likely will not be making the postseason. So, as I said earlier, if you predict, anybody want to predict the first goal a Bruin will score this season, feel free to put it in the chat, as Roslovic's shot is stopped by Olmark. Yeah, Czechia and Canada. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Gaunt's kicked out against Frederick. They'll have Roslovic come in and take it against Trent Frederick, who had a 2-goal game Sunday against Detroit. Roslovic wins the draw. Severson put it wide. Provorov's bomb stopped by Olmark. Carlo tied up by Roslovic. Frederick to Lindholm. Off glass, up and out. Van Riemsdyk to Heinen. One-on-one. Heinen breaking. And he couldn't get a clean shot away. Tie up on the boards closest to the camera. Severson against Van Riemsdyk. Provorov in the far corner and the Blue Jackets end. Frederick digs it free from the scramble. And the Blue Jackets take it away. Texier on the far side. 3-on-2. Texier across to Severson, who was a defenseman breaking. He couldn't quite get the pass cleanly to him. And the Bruins take the puck. Here is Shattenkirk on the far side. He reaches the red line and dumps it in front of the benches. Martin over to Goodbranson behind his own net. Christensen up ice. Pass blocked. Olmark will get it away. Pass Kirill Marchenko. Marchand on it. Dumps it in. Spencer Martin does the same thing Olmark just did and plays it aside. Voronkov to Marchenko. Sidesteps Grzelcyk. Carlo denies him. Marchenko in front, trying to find Yegor Chinnikov. Couldn't quite find him cleanly. DeBrusk across the slot to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk dumps it in. Bruins will get a change. Geeky in on the forecheck. Here's a turnover. McAvoy shot, knocked down in traffic. Christensen gets it away. Here is Danforth. Fantilli. Shot missed the net. Now Geeky will move it ahead over to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei off Zaka's skates. Throws everybody offside. They'll have to tag up. Jake Bean. How's it going, Robert Ellis? Good to see you. Gaudreau over to Fantilli. Fantilli drops it for Juracek over Bean. Olmark, great save on a chance for Jake Bean from the high slot. They go to commercial break. Somebody's watching an ad right now. Huh. Did I turn on? Yeah, choose how mid-rolls appear. Okay. Anyway, weird. How's it going, football? Football 12. How's it going, Cooper? Good to see you. How's it going, Bridget? You got your... How's it going, user? Good to see you. Getting a haircut right now from somebody who speaks zero English. Oh, that's helpful. I didn't see the game versus Detroit. Obviously, McAvoy wasn't as badly hurt as he feared. Yeah, he's completely fine. How? I don't know, but he is completely fine. It was a stinger. The away jersey is nice. I figured. Blue Jackets injury report. Zach Werenski, Patrick Laine, Sean Corrali, Boone Jenner, Adam Boquist, and Nick Blankenberg. Yikes. You're wearing your 1929 retro Bruins jersey. Wow. All right. Coyle will take the draw against Voronkov in the Bruins end. Face-off won by the Bruins. Carlo to Marchand. Bruins will move it ahead. Marchand will dump it in the zone. Spencer Martin comes out and plays it over to Jake Bean. Pass broken up by Marchand. Skate trying to find Chinnikov. Juracek. Oh ho ho! He threw that so far into the crowd. The Bruins got a power play here. It's going to be delay of game on Juracek. Wow. Jesus, he threw that so far into the crowd, that might have became a projectile. Jeez, that was like a 30, that might have gone to the 30th row. Goodbranson will try to clear. McAvoy knocks the puck down and keeps it in. Bruins have the 4th best power play in the National Hockey League, surprisingly. McAvoy to Geekie. Over to Marchand. Chip pass to Geekie. Pass broken up. And the Blue Jackets get it out. It's Cole Sillinger. Sillinger keeps it from Marchand. Almost makes him go into the splits. Sillinger is controlling this puck 1-on-5. Are you kidding me? How? How? And Sillinger with a 200-foot clear. How did he keep that puck 1-on-5? That's crazy. McAvoy to Pasternak. Drops it to Zacha. Over to Marchand across the line. Playing it around the net. Roslovic to Provorov. Blue Jackets going to have a shorthanded breakaway. Texier closed off by McAvoy. Zacha with it. Zacha to Geekie. Closed off by Texier. Texier spinning off of... Geekie spins off to Texier. Well, I'm trying to say. Excuse me. Spit it out, Sam. McAvoy to Geekie, who's playing out high. McAvoy, high. Marchand trying to find Zacha in front. Can't. The pass is broken up and it's cleared. Here is McAvoy with it. DeBrusk lifts it in. Sillinger against Coyle. Puck tied up, held in by Lindholm at the line. Only 20 seconds to go in this power play. This power play has been pretty much about as useless as a pair of basketball cleats cleared out of the zone. Olmark leaves it for Lindholm. Might have killed momentum with this power play. Jeez. Lindholm. Another Bruins. That's the 5th Bruins turnover on this power play as we're back to 5-on-5. And the Blue Jackets control the pace of that power play. A shot from Bean stopped by Olmark. That might be one of the worst power plays I have seen all season. 0 shot attempts on that power play. My goodness. Yikes. Oof. Sillinger against Trent Frederick. Face-off won by Sillinger, but Frederick reached at it and moved it ahead. Here is Oscar Steen. Shattenkirk for Frederick. Puck deflected over to Heinen. Heinen slowing down against Bemstrom. Heinen works it free. Here is Frederick behind the net. Heinen looking in front. Heinen losing possession to Bemstrom. Here is Juracek. The puck was played with a high stick, so they're going to stop play, and they go to commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Do not go anywhere. Bruins and Blue Jackets scoreless from Columbus. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. Bruins and Blue Jackets scoreless halfway through the first period. About 10 minutes to go in the period. We are scoreless here. Blue Jackets get it out of the zone. Here is Carlo tied up there by Gauntz. Puck played around. Severson holds it in. Roslovic playing the fourth line right wing tonight. He is on the verge of being sent down to the American League if he keeps up this pace. Jeez. Puck comes out past Severson. Here is Roslovic. Closed off. Steen, takes it away and dumps it in. Branson gets bumped by Lauko. Lauko, Merkulov, and Steen is the fourth line tonight. Texier taken down by Lowry. Wow. All right, so we have a 4-on-4 here. So it's Lowry to the box for holding. But Texier gets 2 minutes for embellishment because he took a dive. Oh, my God. Oh. That was a great dive there, Texier. Really worked out for you. 4-on-4 for the next two. McAvoy to Pasternak, chips it back to Grzelcyk behind his own net. It's still embellishment. Because he held him, but then Texier fell, just trying to get the penalty anyway, even though it's going to be called regardless. Pasternak. How's it going, TAA? I did have a nice New Year. Thank you. Same to you. Here is Fantilli. Zacha takes it away. Pass comes. McAvoy takes it away as he forced a turnover. Zacha over to Lindholm. Played around on McAvoy. 1:15 more. 4-on-4. McAvoy to Lindholm. He'll go for a change. DeBrusk and Pasternak right now. Pasternak across the line. Lindholm playing it over. Here is Shattenkirk to the front. Pasternak, what a stop by Martin. Rebound comes free. Shattenkirk's shot got blocked and it went up and out of play. What a save. Wow. What's up, Naisha? I saw you. I said hi. What a play in front. Good save by Spencer Martin on David Pasternak. It was a great setup. DeBrusk and Pasternak teamed up on another play here. Oh. What a save. What a stop. How's it going, Bondesio? Happy New Year, Sam and Check. Oh, Bruins. How's it going, Bondesio? Good to see you. Face off, won by the Bruins. Coyle and Marchand with Lindholm and Shattenkirk. Coyle dropping it for Shattenkirk, but the puck comes out. He'll play it back to Lindholm. Roslovic and Sillinger aggressive on the forecheck. Here is Marchand. Lindholm across the line. Lindholm lost it to Roslovic. There a signal for embellishment? Like a referee signal? Like this is interference? I don't know. I don't know it. Provorov. You have a New Year's resolution? No, because I never follow them, like ever. Here's Justin Danforth across the line. Danforth to the front, saved by Ullmark. Rebound knocked away. Severson gets the pass. It goes off his stick. Severson knocked down by Frederick. Here comes Heinen. We're back to 5-on-5. Lowry and Texier out of the box. Heinen, good job digging it free in front. Frederick can't get a shot away. Here's Carlo for Heinen. Looking. Heinen to the net. Shot saved by Martin. And now, whoa. Severson just punched Van Riemsdyk in the face. And I think Severson's going to the box here. Well, the Bruins get a power play because Severson is set to be a moron after the whistle and punch Van Riemsdyk in the face. Bam! Almost knocked his mouth guard out of his mouth. Almost knocked the mouth guard out of his mouth. So the Bruins get a 2-minute power play for a rough. Zacha wins the draw. Geekie to Pastrnak. McAvoy and Pastrnak. Across, Marchand misses the net. Here's Geekie. Pastrnak with it. Zacha back. McAvoy. Pastrnak in the slot. Shot knocked down. Sillinger takes the puck and clears. Embellishments, same signal as misconduct. Oh, okay. Zacha. Around the net. Past Pastrnak. Geekie gets it. McAvoy. Marchand on the left side. Marchand spinning back. Zacha in the slot. Marchand again. Trying to find Pastrnak. Couldn't. Pastrnak to Marchand. Spinning back. McAvoy out high. Geekie on the far side in the corner. McAvoy can't handle a simple pass. Marchand. Pastrnak swerving back. Good entry for Zacha. And Zacha couldn't play the pass. And the Blue Jackets will take possession and clear. It's Eric Goodbranson with the clear. Ullmark to Lindholm, and the Bruins will have the second unit out there. Lindholm over to Pastrnak, who's still out there. Pastrnak denied. Puck comes out. Here is Danforth, who plays it in behind the net. DeBrusk spinning off Danforth. Played over to Lindholm. Entries on the power play need to be better. Here is DeBrusk. Trying to center it for Merkulov. Can't. Merkulov chops it back to Lindholm. Coyle. Lindholm's bomb. Save. Rebound is shoveled away, and it's cleared. Lindholm pass deflected by Roslovic. And now Texier is going to have the time of day. Here is Texier closing off against Lindholm and Carlo. Back to 5-on-5. 2 shots on that. I think the Bruins only had 1 shot on that power play. Texier gloves it down, trying to play to himself. Shot put wide. Frederick tying him up and works the puck free from Texier. Here is Frederick. Lifted up in the air. Heinen trying to take it free. Here's Oskar Steen. Turnaround shot. Save the rebound. Knocked wide. And now Marchenko up the ice. Puck comes out. Here's Grzelcyk. Steen dumped in. Here is Provorov. Loses it. Frederick gets the puck off a turnover. Frederick trying to chip it back to the line. He does. McAvoy to the net. Knocked down and wide. Heinen with it against Voronkov. Heinen goes for a ride. Steen. Puck comes out. McAvoy over to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei making Chinnikov fall. McAvoy now. Up ice, pass deflected. High in the air, lands right in front of Juracek, and Lauko makes him pay for puck watching and hits him hard on the boards. Carlo denies Fantilli. Gaudreau is offside. The crowd didn't like it, but he was just a smidge offside. They go to commercial break. 3.5 minutes to go. We're not going anywhere, though. Oh, did y'all see this? We'll talk about this. Did y'all see Ryan Hartman today? See what happened? We'll talk about it real quick. Ryan Hartman for the Minnesota Wild. Since we're in commercial break. According to Mike McIntyre, who's a Winnipeg Jets reporter, he was interviewing Cole Perfetti for the Winnipeg Jets. Y'all know who that is, right? One of their forwards. Ryan Hartman flat out, according to Perfetti, flat out told Cole Perfetti he deliberately high-sticked him in the face as payback for the Brendan Dillon Kirill Kaprizov play a day earlier. Who's the source on that? Cole Perfetti. And the microphone he was wearing in-game that caught everything, including that conversation. Ryan Hartman was only fined $4,400 for that. What? That should be investigated. He deliberately went high-stick Perfetti in the face, and he got caught on the microphone. He should be suspended for a couple of games for that, right? Is that just me? Hey, Bergie. Bergie naming Hillary Knight the first captain of the PWHL Boston team. Coyle to Lindholm. Lauko lost it. And puck comes in front. Sillinger jamming. Save Olmark. And he will hang on. League is stupid. Should be suspended. 100%. Excuse me. Cole Sillinger, son of NHL forward Mike Sillinger. And also a Tate McRae fumbler. Anyway, Jake DeBrusk gets it out of the zone, and Damon Severson will recover for Columbus. Provorov to Severson. Puck played over. Chinnikov against Carlo. Carlo takes him down with a huge hit. Wow. And Chinnikov is slow to get up. He is back to his feet, and he is kind of hobbling around out there. Bruins have numbers. Here's DeBrusk, a 3-on-2. DeBrusk closes across in front. Coyle couldn't get the shot through. Coyle in front. They're going to stop. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hand pass? No. Blue Jackets touched that puck. Yeah, Severson touched. That's not a hand pass. Christensen deflected off of Gaudreau. Geeky lifts Gaudreau's stick and takes the puck. Pasternak keeps it against Gaudreau. Nice job by Pasternak working around him. Pasternak shot. Deflected up and out of play. Do you think charging's a dumb penalty call? No, it's not. It's not dumb. If you skate really hard and hit somebody deliberately without changing direction, that should be a penalty. McAvoy playing it around the net. It's the only thing that is apparently called in NHL in the video games, but it's not a dumb penalty. Here's Gaudreau. For Danforth, puck comes out. McAvoy moves it back up ahead. Christensen to Goodbranson. Puck played over. Here is Johnny Gaudreau with it. Played in behind the net. Here is Matt Grzelcyk. Played around. Juracek knocked down by Pasternak. Puck worked over to Jake Bean on the far side at the line for Columbus. Fantilli behind the net. Gaudreau to Juracek. Gaudreau again behind the net. Gaudreau with it behind the net in Gretzky's office out in front. Bean over a shot. Save Olmark on a chance for Adam Fantilli. Juracek for Christensen. Here is Juracek, a shot knocked down in traffic. As going Torbjorn, puck comes in front and Olmark knocks it away. Pasternak. dumps it in. Van Riemsdyk in on the forecheck against Spencer Martin, the goalie. Bean. Van Riemsdyk takes it away. He tried to. Nice take by Heinen. Heinen's shot is blocked by Gauntz. And Texier flips it down. Lindholm beats Roslovic. It'll be icing against Columbus as we're now in the final minute of the first period. Excuse me. Shots are only 9-5 Columbus. That's not great. Bruins need to get some more shots on goal here. Columbus has like 6 or 7 blocked shots. Coyle against Gauntz. Gauntz wins the draw against Charlie Coyle. That's worrisome. Roslovic. Shot saved by Ullmark. Comes in front, Gauntz turnaround shot, and Ullmark makes another save. Face off, one back by Columbus. Severson playing it in behind the net. Puck knocked away. Marchand will try to get it out. Severson holds it in at the blue line. Turnover. Shot saved by Ullmark on Kent Johnson. Carlo lifts it up and out. Lindholm. Johnson tying up with DeBrusque. Puck bouncing over Marchand's stick. Marchand just takes the puck and dumps it in. Takes the contact as well. Damon Severson. High lift and out with 10 seconds. This will come down. Icing. Lindholm barely beats Kent Johnson back. Frederick will take the draw. Frederick, Heinen, Pasternak with Lowry and McAvoy. Throwing out some random people out here, all right. And the Blue Jackets win the draw. It was Sillinger who beat Frederick. And that'll be it for the first period. Well, the Bruins have some work to do. They were 0 for 2 on the power play. They only got 5 shots in that entire period. And we are scoreless through 1 here at the Nationwide is on your side arena in Columbus. Ooh. Interesting. That was a very interesting first period. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just interesting. Chat's dead. Let's play Puck Doku. Hey, the Bruins are in here. Awesome. All right. Let's play Puck Doku. Let me get some music on. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second. All right. We'll finish. We'll do the Bruins last, and I want to get some more like crazy answers. You know. We'll do the Bruins last. Let's address the first six. These six. Let's address these first. Maple Leaf Sharks. Patrick Marleau. Maple Leafs Capitals. Ilya Samsonov. Maple Leafs Coyotes. Phil Kessel. How's it going, Bruce? Good to see you. All right, let's get Columbus out of the way. We're in the first intermission. If you're just joining us, 0-0. Here, I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. So I don't have to ask people. Text. I'll type it. Ready? Score. 0-0 through 1. 0-0. First INT. So you can see in big letters. Now who am I kidding? I'll just let people know. Anyway. Blue Jackets Coyotes. Duran. Really? Okay. 1%. Cool. Columbus, San Jose. What a sad career. We'll get to the Bruins last. This is last. You think Devin Dubnyk? I genuinely don't know. San Jose. Nope. Play for Colorado, not Columbus. Columbus, San Jose. Let me look at Columbus's roster. I literally have the roster right here. Has anybody even, I think, may have played for San Jose? No. It is, no, it's not. It's not Dubnyk. I looked it up right on here. Columbus Caps is Darcy. No, what? Darcy Kemper played for... He played for Columbus? No, he did not. No, he didn't. Colorado, not Columbus. Devin Dubnyk, Blue Jackets. Look it up, DD. I'm looking at them right here. Edmonton, Nashville, Arizona, Minnesota, San Jose, Colorado. That's Wikipedia. I'll go to the NHL stats. He has to have played at least one game. Edmonton, Nashville, Arizona, Minnesota, San Jose, Colorado, and then he retired. Blue Jackets Capitals, Jason Chimera. San Jose and Arizona. No, okay, no, you don't understand how Immaculate Grid works. So, the left side is one team you have to work for. So you work in the middle. Now I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Columbus, San Jose. Columbus, Arizona. Columbus, Washington. Okay. Columbus, San Jose. Jody Shelley? Jesus. All right. Bruins and let's go crazy for this. Bruins Coyotes, ready? Derek Morris. Ha, that's a fun one. Bruins Sharks. I'm not going to say Joe Thornton. Don't even say. I'm not saying Joe Thornton unless I can't think of anybody else. Marco Sturm. Ooh. Bruins Capitals. I'm not saying Orlov. I'm not saying Hathaway. I'm not saying Chara either. What do you think of this? Animotes. Not saying Craig Smith because that's too recent. I don't think it's somebody flashback. Joe Corvo. He might have played for the Capitals. Yager. Haha! He did play for the Capitals. Joe Corvo. Ha! Orlov for Hathaway? The point of the game is to get the most unique answers. So, I was trying to get some unique answers for Bruins guys that played for these three teams up here. Ha, I could have put Anson Carter. You're right, I could have put him, yeah. Isn't he a TNT analyst now for the NHL? Not to get political, but if I see one more Nikki Haley advertisement, I swear. His advertisements everywhere. All over YouTube and commercials on TV, I swear. I keep seeing him like 30 times a day. If at the minimum, I see him sometimes more. Ugh, it's crazy. Another bad period, only 5 shots on goal. Yeah, but Columbus also blocked like 9 shots in that first period, so. All right, let's play the other one. It's the same game, just another website. Immaculate Grid. Capitals, Dallas. That is Craig Smith because he plays for the Stars now. 2%. Haha. Capitals, Oilers. Capitals born outside U.S. 50 states and D.C. You could have just said born outside of the United States. And that would have been fine. That would have sufficed. Florida and Dallas, Mason Marchment. I'll put that. Vegas, Dallas, Colin Miller. Yeah, all right. Dallas taken care of. Mike Green. Grant fooled me. One of these nights we got Mike Green again for this. I think it was Capitals Oilers again. And Mike Green came up, and I went, what? No. And I put him, he went, I went, what? What are you talking about? Florida, Edmonton. Oh, there's somebody recent. Oh. That's who it was, Nick Bukestad. Right. Vegas, Edmonton. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did James Neal play for the Oilers? He played for Calgary, but did he play for Edmonton? think he... I don't think so. James Neal. Warren Fogle. Oh, yeah, Warren Fogle. He did. He played 55 games for Edmonton. He did. And he played for Vegas. I know that. I've typed Oilers. James Neal. Ha. 38%. Capitals born outside of the U.S. Chara. Fun one for rarity purposes. Florida. Barkov. He's from Finland. And Vegas born outside of the U.S. Hey, how's it going, DJ? Good to see you. All right, we're going back to Jack and Brick in a minute, so this will be our final one. Vegas and born outside of the U.S. There's definitely people. I just not. William Carlson. Marks. Oh God. Barbashev. Yeah, he's. Yeah. All right, let's go through. Capitals, Stars, we could have put Braden Holtby. We put Craig Smith for that. Capitals, Oilers, Mike Green. Ovechkin's most common answer. We put Zdeno Chara. Let's see. Florida, Dallas, most common was Jaromir Jagr. We put Mason Marchment. I'm back. Anyone score? We're in intermission. Florida, Edmonton. The common answer was Scott Mellenby. We put Nick Bukestad. Florida and born outside of the U.S. It's Barkov. Vegas, Dallas was Cody Eakin. We put Colin Miller. James Neal, yep. And Marc-Andre Fleury, we put Ivan Barbashev. That's a good game, too, and easy, as it doesn't have to be unique answers. Right, it really doesn't have to be. We just try to get some unique answers, but by no means, sometimes if the goal of the game is to get an immaculate grid, regardless if it's unique or not. But it's just kind of fun. Oh, brother. The game was more fun because you really had to think. What, Hurdle? During the second intermission? We're going to play that, the Hurdle one, where you guess the player, you have the silhouette and everything. Olmark's been good tonight. Yeah, no. It's the offense seems to get shots through. Just looking on my... All right, we're back. Can you believe 1 year ago today was the Winter Classic? We don't have any Russians on our team. We do. But he was already in the United States before the whole thing happened. We do. Georgy Merkulov. And plus, just because they're Russian doesn't mean that, they shouldn't be in the league. That's a Dominic Hasek type take. Well, yeah, we spoke about this earlier. So the Ohio State men's hockey team is at the game, right? Georgi Merkulov and Mason Lohrei played hockey together with Ohio State. They both played at Ohio State, and then they were teammates with Providence, and now they're teammates with the Bruins, with Boston. That's crazy. Who win? Nobody's winning right now. Second period's about to start. It is 0-0. Bruins will be going from this way to this way. Left to right in the road whites. Blue Jackets going from right to left in the home blues with the red pants. Frederick wins the draw against a very commonly known Tate McRae fumbler in Cole Sillinger. The second period is underway. Johnson for a shot by Bemstrom that missed the net. Ken Johnson in front, knocked away, and Danton Heinen will move the puck up the ice. Heinen will dump it in the zone. Frederick to Van Riemsdyk. Lohrei at the line. Van Riemsdyk now at the left point. Here is McAvoy. Puck comes out of the zone. That's out of pocket. It's true, though. How do you fumble that? How do you cheat on Tate McRae? Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, Blue Jackets have the puck. Johnson will move it ahead. McAvoy gloves it down. Bemstrom knocks it back in deep. Olmark with a slap pass up the ice. Heinen kicks it back to Lindholm. Up to Frederick. McAvoy with it. Lindholm. Here's Oscar Steen. Puck comes out of the zone. Blue Jackets get it out. Lindholm. Over. And Merkulov dumps it in. I don't think he did. There's evidence that he did. Anyway, Christensen up the ice. Puck comes out. Steen takes it away for Boston. Steen across the line. Steen shot. Saved by Martin. Rebound. Merkulov gets the puck. Plays it in behind the net. Good Branson. Playing it up. And the Blue Jackets get it out. Grzelcyk over to Carlo. He dumps it in. Spencer Martin. Playing it over to Jake Christensen. Chinnikov couldn't play it. Coyle taking it back. Carlo to Jake DeBrusk. Sauce pass over through Marchand to Grzelcyk across the line. Grzelcyk in behind the net to Marchand. Tied up there by Jake Bean. Coyle. Grzelcyk, how's it going, Jared? Grzelcyk's shot missed wide of the net. Was intentionally wide, I think. Shattenkirk shot. Score! Kevin Shattenkirk from the blue line. From the boards. And the Bruins have a 1-0 lead. What? Kevin Shattenkirk has 3 goals in as many games. My goodness, that shot came from the boards. Pascal Vincent and Mark Recchi are examining the replay, and they're going to let it. There's going to be no challenge, and the Bruins will have the 1-0 lead. All right. Kevin Shattenkirk in his 3rd goal in 3 games, and the Bruins lead 1-0. Oh, boy. All right, Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk's 5th goal of the season, And he is the only Bruins defenseman to have scored a goal this season. Oh, no, Lowry. That's another one. Lowry and... Oh. Pasternak. Zacha behind the net. We haven't had a McAvoy goal. We haven't had a Lindholm goal either. McAvoy across. Pass broken up by Juracek. Here is Jake Bean tied up there by Zacha. Zacha digs it free in front. Heinen in front, tipped by Geekie. What a stop by Martin. What a save as the Blue Jackets ice the puck. So Shattenkirk with 5 goals on the season now. How was the Winter Classic game? Kraken won 3-0. It was a one-sided affair. Oh, McAvoy has 3 goals. Did not realize that. McAvoy, Lindholm has 1, Carlo has 2. I guess we have more defenseman goals than I thought. Okay. Coyle diving just past Marchand to get the puck in the zone. Grizzly, Lindholm, Carlo, Lowry, McAvoy, and Shattenkirk. So every defenseman dressed tonight has a goal. Okay. Did not realize that. Grizzly to Shattenkirk. Jake DeBrusk, who has been... Hey, who scored? Shattenkirk. Weird. DeBrusk to Coyle. In front for DeBrusk. Couldn't find him. Voronkov up ahead. Kent Johnson across. Pass broken up. Puck bouncing in front. Johnson scores. Kent Johnson. It's 1-1. I mean, the refs missed a clear trip, but all right. Yeah, what's that? Nice job, ref. Trip clear as day. No call. 1-1. All right. All right. Frederick keeps it in. Shot knocked down. Ugh. Here's Fantilli. Cross ice pass. Goes through Heinen. That was a clean trip. No, it was not. That was a trip. He tripped him. Stick was down. Lindholm tripped over his stick. Should have been called. Danforth against Lowry. A clear trip, yes. Not a clean one. McAvoy to Heinen. Bruins will try to break it out. Heinen will get it to center. Frederick. Frederick dumps it in. Damn, that was a joke. Yeah. Puck dumped in. Here's Grzelcyk now. Cole Sillinger closed off there by Grzelcyk. Think Boston wins tonight? I hope so. I mean, the last time I said the Bruins would beat the Blue Jackets, they lost. 5-2. So, here's Merkulov across the line. Merkulov around the net. Shot by Grzelcyk. Pops up in the air in front. Lauko. And they're going to say the puck was played with a high stick. And Lauko is furious. Can't wait for this Maple Leafs game tonight against the Kings. I'll be watching. I'm not streaming it, of course, but I'll be watching. It'll be a crazy game. I have to get up tomorrow. Early in the morning. I have a 9 a.m. appointment. Merkulov kicked out of the draw against Sillinger. Lauko will take it. Lauko wins it. Matt Grzelcyk dumps it in. Jake Bean moved up here. Sillinger. Bemstrom to Johnson. Slipped in the zone. Shattenkirk up ice. Bean chops it back in. Shattenkirk gets it right back. Steen was no business being on the ice. Gets the puck in the zone. Here is Sillinger. Puck comes in front. Merkulov gets it away. Lauko chops it away. It'll roll all the way down. Martin plays it aside for Jake Bean. Juracek. Pasternak pressuring. Juracek across the line. In front. Mershenko threw it in front. Lindholm got it away. Roslovic. Carlo closing him off. Roslovic plays it back to the line. Held in by Severson. Zacha. Voronkov took it away. Here is Roslovic. Zacha lifts his stick and moves the puck up the ice. Zacha trying to find Pasternak on a break. Pass knocked down by Provorov. Here is Carlo with it. Can we vote Cornette in for the All-Star game? No, but I think we should vote Derek White in for the NBA All-Star game. Here is Brendan Gauntz, played around the net. Here's Geeky now. Pasternak. Tied up by Gauntz. Gauntz takes the puck and plays it around. Carlo holds it in at the right point. Lohrei. Pasternak. Geeky's one-timer, is stopped. That's Coyle. What? Coyle, Pasternak, Marchand. What? Pasternak, go off. Here is McAvoy. McAvoy around the net. Keeping it. McAvoy going around the world. Marchand closes. McAvoy. Shot. Missed. Just missed over the net. Marchand keeps it alive for Boston. Marchand takes down a man. Marchand. McAvoy again. He couldn't get a shot away. Marchand keeps it alive for Boston, though. 40 seconds in the offensive zone. DeBrusque back to McAvoy. Over to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei tied up there by Roslovic. Here is Marchand spinning back against Gauntz. Marchand for Lohrei at the line. McAvoy on the right side. McAvoy with it. Here is Marchand doing too much with it. Keeps it alive. Here's Lohrei. Marchand again. Over to McAvoy. McAvoy closes around the net with it. McAvoy looking. Shot. Knocked down. Rebound. The Blue Jackets get it out. About a minute 10 of offensive zone time. But only one shot on goal there. Oof. McAvoy to Frederick. Danforth takes it away. Danforth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Grzelcyk is going to go off for interference. Unbelievable. Holding? Columbus to the power play. It's going to be a hold on Grzelcyk. Oh my God. I mean, what is Grzelcyk doing, man? I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking there. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm tired. I shouldn't be. Clearly a slew foot. No, it wasn't a slew foot. Here's a score update from around the NHL. Hurricanes lead the Rangers 3-1 in the second period. Wow. Jack Drury, Andrei Svechnikov, and Jordan Martinook scoring for Carolina. Chris Kreider for the Rangers. Capitals blanking the Penguins so far. 3-0 in the first. That game's on ESPN Plus and Hulu, by the way. 3-0. Tom Wilson, Beck Malenstein, and Martin Fehervary the goals for the Caps. Canadians and Stars tied at 1 in the first. Jamie Benn and Nick Suzuki the goal scorers. Flames and Wild scoreless in the first. Blackhawks and Predators scoreless in the first as well. Lightning lead the Jets 1-0 in the first. Stamkos with the goal there. Panthers and Coyotes in about 45 minutes from Tempe, Arizona. Islanders and Avalanche in about 45 minutes from Denver. Flyers and Oilers in about 45 minutes from Edmonton. Senators and the Canucks at 10 from Vancouver. Maple Leafs and Kings at 10:30 from LA. Red Wings and Sharks at 10:30 from San Jose. Fantilli will take the draw against Morgan Geekie. It should have been interference if they're going to call anything. Here's Provorov. For Gaudreau, Blue Jackets the first time on the power play. Gaudreau's shot missed way wide of the net. Chinakhov now around the net. Voronkov, Carlo closing him off. Carlo will clear. 200-foot clear for Brandon Carlo, who has been one of the key factors to our penalty kill. Provorov. Gaudreau for Chinakhov. Played it in behind the net. Marchenko for Voronkov. Past everybody. Puck comes out. Gaudreau for Provorov, and the Blue Jackets will have to regroup. DeBrusk on the forecheck. Puck played over. DeBrusk takes it away from Chinakhov, and thanks to Danton Heinen's poke check, and the Blue Jackets will have to regroup back behind their own net. Here's Provorov in their own zone. Gaudreau up ahead. Zacha and Frederick. Frederick caught a high stick. Zacha has a break. Drive saved by Martin. Sorry, that wasn't Frederick. That was a defenseman who caught something. I don't know who that was, but a Bruin just went down the tunnel. Here is Severson. Kent Johnson with 30 seconds to go in the power play. Shot went across the goal mouth and wide. Gaudreau holding in at the line. In front, Lindholm will try to clear. Can't scoop it out. Turnaround shot. Just missed the net. Gaudreau. Can't hold it in. Is it Lohrei? Shit. Danforth in the slot. His shot missed the net. 10 seconds to go in the power play. I was hoping it wasn't a defenseman. Fantilli, his shot popped up in the air and knocked wide. Lindholm clears. We are back to 5-on-5. The Bruins get Grzelcyk out of the box. Severson up ice. Pass intercepted by Shattenkirk, the Bruins goal scorer. Pastrnak with it. Here is Geekie. Yeah, he was lost there. Geekie tripped by Severson. Penalty coming. It's going to be on Columbus here. Bruins going to go to the power play here in a minute. Pastrnak to Shattenkirk. Marchand the extra attacker. Here's Carlo. Roslovic touches it. The Bruins get a power play here. It's going to be a penalty on Damon Severson. I am going to take a quick ad break. It's going to be a trip on Severson. The Bruins will go to the power play. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Bruins to the power play. Bruins to the power play as we're back from the break. Severson trips up Geeky, and the Bruins get a power play for the third time tonight. First 2 times were very unsuccessful. You think, hopefully the Bruins have a better power play here. Zaka waved out. They'll have Marchand come in and take it against Danforth. Face off, won by Columbus. Why wouldn't they have Geeky come in and take it? What? McAvoy holds it at the line. Geeky keeping it. McAvoy. Marchand. Puck goes through him. Pass Zaka. Pasternak on it. For Zaka pressuring. Morgan Geeky. McAvoy at the center point. Marchand, right circle. Shot. Save. Rebound. Scramble. Knocked away. And the Blue Jackets clear. Hey, May. How are you? Here's McAvoy here. He'll drop it for Pasternak. Zaka trying to find Pasternak on a break. Could not. Geeky with it. Bruins set up shot. McAvoy. Pasternak. Geeky in the far corner. Pasternak at the point. Almost lost the puck. Gains it back. Pasternak against Texier. In front. Marchand has it now. On the far side, McAvoy. Pasternak far circle. Into Geeky. What was that? I don't know what that was. Provorov clears. What is Geeky doing? I don't get it. McAvoy. Pasternak. Jake DeBrusk chips it on goal. Saved by Martin. And Jake Bean. What is this power play, man? What are you doing? You're getting over complacent with the puck. Here's DeBrusk. Just shoot the damn puck. Coyle. For Pasternak. His shot. There you go. Shots. Take shots. Coyle to Lindholm. Pasternak again. Lindholm center point. Coyle far side. Lindholm, final seconds of the power play. His shot, tip, score! Look what happens when you take shots. Hampus Lindholm took the shot. Bruins lead 2-1. It was definitely deflected. Look what happens. I say you take shots, and they score on the power play when you take shots. I believe that goal will belong to James Van Riemsdyk. Yep. Lindholm off to Brusk, off JVR and in. You take shots on that. It was a double doink for a deflection. I'll take it. James Van Riemsdyk gives the Bruins a 2-1 lead with a power play goal. And look what happens. Like I was saying, when you take shots on the power play, there is nothing that can go wrong. Grzelcyk to Shattenkirk. Here is Merkulov. Puck moved up. Merkulov gonna have a foot race. Here's Merkulov. Spins back. In front. Frederick couldn't play it. Heinen shot. Interrupted by Kent Johnson. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know who said that? Wayne Gretzky. He was damn right when he said that. Grzelcyk up ice. Frederick, first of the puck on the race, drops it for Marchand, who's off the bench. Marchand. Carlo, his shot missed the net. Lindholm at the line. Over to Brandon Carlo. Carlo fakes, plays it in deep. Lindholm in on the forecheck, playing it around. He's got to get back on defense, though. Blue Jackets have the puck. There you go. DeBrusk, puck kick to Coyle. Coyle, DeBrusk, puck goes past him as Christensen takes it away. Carlo pinches, holds it into the line, plays it around the net again. Jake Bean for Adam Fantilli. For Kent Johnson, he dumps in. Olmark, where's the puck? the puck is sitting on top of the glass, touching the netting. I think that's where I saw that puck. They go to commercial break. We're not going anywhere, though. Bruins lead 2-1. That is Van Riemsdyk's 7th goal of the season, and it couldn't have come at a bigger time. When I start saying that the Bruins need shots in the power play, they do that. They get a double doink on a deflection, and JVR gives the Bruins the lead. Good. Sam, do you think the Bruins will trade for anyone? I'll say this. It depends on a couple of things. It depends on how Matt Patra does when he comes back from the World Juniors, which he's coming back soon since Canada just got eliminated. Sorry to all the Canadians watching. It also depends on what Jake DeBrusk does, right? DeBrusk is on a little bit of a hot streak right now. He's starting to find his groove, right? Is this consistent, or is this just a few games of fun for DeBrusk? Right? Is it going to be consistent? If he's going to be consistent from now till the deadline, maybe we don't move him quite yet. Or, if this isn't consistent and he starts going back to what he was doing 2 or 3 weeks ago, then we put him up on the trade block. So, that's what I think. But I think the Bruins will do some stuff at the deadline, I think. They'll get a top 6 forward if DeBrusk isn't panning out still. They'll go get somebody. Because for forwards, for centers, our center depth is actually pretty good. Zacha, Coyle, Geeky, and Frederick, and Beecher, and Merkulov, and Patra, we're fine. If we get a top 6 right wing, yeah. If DeBrusk doesn't pan out, sure. Here is Juracek dropping it. Bean up ice. Danforth. Puck played around. It was deflected. I guess it wasn't enough for an icing, though, as Grzelcyk beats Danforth to the dot. It's an icing against Columbus here. Trade Grzelcyk or keep him? I am... It depends on how Forbort does when he eventually comes back. I don't know. Puck is deflected up and out of play. Is the U.S. still in it? Yep, they advanced to the semifinals today. They beat Latvia. Because you're going to have to choose. Who's better, Derek Forbort or Matt Grzelcyk? Right? Who do you... You're going to have to choose. And you're going to have to trade one of them. Or if you keep both of them, you have to sign one of them and get rid of the other at the free agency. Because they're both free agents this offseason. You have some choices to make. Coyle wins the draw. Because you know Mason Lohrei is going to probably have his first full NHL season next year. Grizz has more trade value. Right. DeBrusk shot just missed the net. That's what I was thinking too. I know Grzelcyk has more trade value than Derek Forbort does. Coyle puts it wide. Is Derek Forbort more valuable to this team than Matt Grzelcyk is? That's a good question. We'll find out the answer to that question from now until March 8th when the trade deadline is, which I'll be covering live on YouTube. Here is Marchand. He'll lift it back in. Provorov to Severson. Played around. Ivan Provorov with it. 4:15 to go in the second. Bruins 2, Columbus 1. Shattenkirk and Van Riemsdyk, the Bruins goal scorers. Adam Fantilli's shot just went up and out of play. Columbus's goal scorer is Kent Johnson. What would you do if we get Jack Eichel? I do not see that happening, but hey, I will not be mad about it. Ooh, yeah, they're showing it now. Lohrei, the puck deflected up into Lohrai's face. Ooh. Not seeing Lohrei right now. Geeky intercepts the pass. Oh, there he is. No, there is Lohrei. Oh. Geeky pressuring Gaudreau. Lohrei missed maybe a couple of shifts. He's out there right now. Here is Pastrnak. Curl and drag. Turnaround shot. Blocked by Goodbranson. Here is Gaudreau. Fantilli. Lohrei closing him off. Getting right back in on the play. Puck played around. Goodbranson over to Christensen. Puck comes out. It's a delayed offside. Columbus left the tag up. Goodbranson dumps it in. And it's deflects up and out of play. Lohrei still bleeding. Frederick against Gauntz. Frederick wins the draw. Jack Edwards the biggest Pastrnak. Yeah, well, Heinen dumps it in. I mean, what do you expect him to do? He's the best player on the team. Roslovic dumps it in deep. Around the net. Holmark to Grzelcyk. Heinen moving it ahead. Van Riemsdyk over to Shattenkirk, the 2 goal scorers for Boston. Heinen across the line. His shot saved by Martin. And he'll hang on. Pastrnak touches puck and it's... Look at Pastrnak. Oh, magical hands. Shots are 18-15 Boston. The Bruins have 13 shots on goal in the second. And the Blue Jackets have 3. Much better than the first period. Face-off won by Columbus. Kent Johnson moves it up the ice. We got just under 3 minutes to go in the second. 2-1 Columbus. Sillinger across the line. Knocked away by Lindholm. Bean holding it in. McAvoy can't get it out. Here's Coyle for Lindholm. Up ice to Brusk moving it up and out. Juracek with 2.5 to go. Dump out, knocked down. Coyle in on the forecheck. He's going to work that puck free in front to Brusk. Keeping alive. Marchand against Juracek and Bean. Coyle getting to the puck. Coyle. McAvoy holds it in. Lindholm across to Brusk in front, and the pass got broken up. Here come the Blue Jackets at the 3-on-2. Sillinger, Bemstrom, Jake Bean. For Sillinger, Olmark sitting on the line. Puck stays out. In front, knocked away. And the Bruins clear. The Blue Jackets fans are screaming for a penalty, and they will not get one. Provorov. Up ice. Chinnikov. Around the net. Lohrei back down the tunnel. Awesome. One play, and he already starts bleeding again. God. Here is Oscar Steen. Lauko. Merkulov. Lifts it in the zone. Hey, Sophia. Hello, Gubna. Here is Marchenko. Dumps it in around the net. Carlo up ice. Here's Oscar Steen. Steen slowing down against Bean. That's rhymed. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. Frederick. As Marchenko takes it away. Here comes Fantilli. Off of Lindholm's stick. Carlo taken back. Fantilli. Shot. Missed the net. Oh. Puck comes in front. It's knocked away. I've got bars. Record labels. Sign me up. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. You're going to lose money. Here's Christensen up the ice for Fantilli. Carlo. Here is Justin Danforth. Playing it around the net. Here is Fantilli for Goodbranson played around the net. Heinen with 25 seconds. Fantilli jams it in behind the Bruins net. Lindholm in the final 20 seconds of period 2. Christensen dumped in. Played around. Lindholm to Carlo. Up ice. Pasternak lifts it up and out. Juracek in a foot race with Heinen. Well, much better second period for this Bruins club. The horn sounds. And the Bruins have a 2-1 lead going to the third period in Columbus. Good. They go to intermission. Bruins have a 2-1 lead on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Goals from Kevin Shattenkirk and James Van Riemsdyk. Columbus's goal belongs to Kent Johnson. Good period, not gonna lie. Much better than the first period. The comparison when it comes to the stats is insane. The Bruins had so the shots after one were 12-5 Columbus, right? The Bruins had 13 shots in the second period. Columbus only had 3. So the Bruins are out shooting Columbus 18-15 through 2. Much better second period. The Bruins were better at the dot in the second period, winning 63% of faceoffs in the second period. Columbus does have the advantage, though, 59% at the total in the faceoff dot belong to Columbus. Let's see. Hits, Columbus out hitting the Bruins 8-6. So, defense is looking shaky. That's the one issue. They got to tighten up the defense going into the third period. Let's play Hurdle. It's Guess the NHL Player. Let's play that now. This is the first time that Shattenkirk and JVR have scored in the same game. Really? Huh. The more you know, I guess. Let's go through the rules of Hurdle. If you've never seen this before, it's Guess the NHL Player. You have 8 guesses to guess who you think it is. Each guess will tell you how close you are to finding the mystery player. You think we should trade for a defenseman? No. Green boxes is a match. Yellow is close. Gray is not a match. If the team cell is yellow, it means the mystery player used to play for that team. For age and jersey number, there's an arrow indicating if it's higher or lower than what you guessed. Only active players are possible matches. Here's your silhouette. The silhouette, whatever you want to, how you say it? I don't know, silhouette. Who does this look like? What the hell? What is that on his head? Tyler Myers. Okay. Western Conference. He is in the Central Division, not a center, not a defenseman. Hold on, I'm responding to a snap. Looks like TK from the World's End press conference. Huh. DJ, that's mean. Tony Khan, World's End. Hold on, I gotta.
Harassment specifically involving women.
Ha! Hold on, I'll show this so you can, before we get going here. Hold on, before you finish. Ha! Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Alright, Axel Johnson Fialbi? Oh, he's not even in the game, is he? No, he's not. Jamie Benn? Alright, we'll give it a shot. Plays for Dallas. Alright, well.
This isn't Sherman. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
I'm waiting for this ad to stop so I can play music. So he plays for the Dallas Stars. He's younger than 33. Jersey number is between 14 and 57. He is Canadian. He is not a defenseman or a left wing, so he's a center, a right wing, or a goalie. It's not Sagan. It's not Duchesne. Well, we can guess Duchesne just to see, but I don't think it's Duchesne. It's not. He's a right wing. A right wing or a goalie. LMAO, who knew this stream was sponsored by Charmin? Fitting because they have bears and this team is based on bears. Charmin, please sponsor me. 30, okay, Scott Wedgwood, all right. Jesus. The backup goalie for the Dallas Stars, Scott Wedgwood. All right. Play unlimited mode. Here we go. Who does this look like? Ooh. My neck is really crunchy. Krejci, I was just going to say. Krejci? Oh, he's on the game. I wonder why. Bergeron? Oh. That's sad. Strome? Which one? I'll guess Ryan Strome. Just to... Nothing. Eastern Conference. Not a center. Older than 30. Jersey number is higher than 16, and he is not Canadian. I'm going to guess Lindholm out of curiosity. Okay. Metropolitan Division. It's not Dylan Strome. He's a center. Metropolitan Division, not a defenseman. He's older than 30. He's not Canadian or Swedish. Jersey number is higher than 27. Not Ovechkin, who I know scored again. Of course, he starts scoring the minute he's not on my team. Fucking asshole. How about, just gonna throw out a random one. He plays for the Leafs. Pontus Holmberg. He's a right wing. Jersey number is higher than 29. No, it's not Mantha. He plays for the Red Wings. The Capital. Well, actually, hold on. He plays for the Capitals. Okay, nope. Metro right wing. He's older than 30. Jersey number is higher than 39. I mean, we can guess it, but I'll just prove that it's not Kyle Palmieri. He is American, though. Okay. Jersey. He is just older than 32. It's not an Islander, so he plays for the Rangers, the Flyers, the Penguins. He's a right wing. Casey Cizikas? No, it's not an Islander. Hold on. My phone's blowing up. Jeff Carter. Oh, boy. That's a blast from the past. Nope. Jersey number is higher than 77. Who is this? Is it... He playing this... Is it... Used to play for Columbus. Jersey number is higher than 86. Oh. Cam Atkinson, who still has the Blue Jays render... The Blue Jays. Wrong sport, Sam. Blue Jackets render, yet he plays for the Flyers. Now, he's been playing there since last season. That's David Pastrnak. There's no way that is not David Pastrnak. That looked exactly like him. If this is not David Pastrnak, I swear. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean that's not David Pastrnak? It looks exactly like him. Does it not? Unless I'm going insane. I'm probably going insane. He's number 88. He's in the Western Conference, though. Well, guess no, it's not Nylander because he's not a right wing. He's not Czech and Swedish. Western Conference number 88. Oh, is it Andrew Mangiapane? Plays the Flames. I'm just not thinking number 88s. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna try to go to the Hockey East Championship. I know they're showing the Beanpot. I'm gonna try to go to the Hockey East Championship game this year. I might go. All right, who has a giraffe neck? No offense, but let's be honest here. Who has a neck like that? Broad shoulders. Tyler Myers. Nope. Eastern Conference. Not a defenseman. Jersey number is lower than 57, not Canadian. He is younger than 33. Has never played for Vancouver. What jerseys do you have? I only have 2 Bruins jerseys that I can actively wear. The Bergeron one that I've worn in the past few streams, and I have a Pastrnak reverse retro. Joel Edmonton? No. Tage Thompson? Nope. Atlantic Division, though. He's a winger or a goalie. Jersey number is lower than 57. He is younger than 26. Matthews? He doesn't have a neck like that. Marchand? No, he's younger than 26. Like Lowry, who's not even in the game. Update your game. Mason Lowry's been in the NHL since November. My God. Let me see. Is Merkulov in the game? No. Dougie Hamilton? Nope. Not a defenseman. Jersey numbers between 7 and 57. Not Canadian or American. He's a winger or a goalie. What is this? Probably a goalie. Atlantic Division goalie. For the memes. Samsonov. Husso. Nope, jersey number is lower than 35. Between 7 and 35. He's a winger. I'm back. So the Bruins lead 2-1. So it's Van Riemsdyk and Shattenkirk for the Bruins, and for the Blue Jackets, it's Kent Johnson. We have not ruled out that it could possibly be a Bruin. Freddie? It could be. It's not Trent Frederick. Okay. He's not a... Well, he's technically really old as a center. He plays the wing usually, though. Jersey number is between 11 and 35. He's a Jack Quinn. Jesus Christ, guys. He was in the league last year. When was the last time this game was updated? I'm very curious. Announcements. July 24th. July 24th. I'm playing dangle games next time. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong thing. Oh, well, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I hit the wrong button. Reset, reset, reset. Can I go back? No, I can't. Sorry, guys. Atlantic Division right wing. Jersey number is higher than 88, younger than 27. He's not Swedish. Atlantic Division right wing. Nope. Okay, jersey number is just lower than 94. It's like 92 or 93. Playing a game during the intermission. Could be number 91, too. What? What do you mean, what? Oh, the third period's back on. Oh, shit. Oh, is it to Brinket? Yeah. All right, we're done. All right. You've given me like $5 of ad revenue. Thank you. I appreciate that. Helps me. Ugh. Bruins are going from right to left in the road whites. Blue Jackets going from the left to the right in the home blues of the red trim. Favorite Bruins game I've ever watched? Oh, God, comment. That's a hard question to ask. Bruins win the draw. Third period underway. Let me know your predictions. Who do you think is going to score next in this game? Bruins or Blue Jackets? Let me know in the chat. And who on that team will score next? DeBrusque, Coyle, shot, save. Martin got knocked down, and Lori somehow missed the open net. McAvoy, Lori, shot, knocked down, and the Blue Jackets get it out. Shinnikov and DeBrusque. DeBrusque beats him. McAvoy, up ice. It's going to be icing against the Bruins here. Olmark? Oh, God. Everybody in the goalie goal guesses. It's crazy. (2013). Oh, God, no. I don't know. Favorite Bruins game I've ever watched. Shot from the line is knocked down from Christensen. Shot pinballing wide. Fantilli can't get a shot away. McAvoy gets it away from trouble. DeBrusk. A shot from Goodbranson misses the net. The Bruins have a tough end of the week. They play Pittsburgh Thursday and they play Tampa on Saturday. Woof. I'd say... 20... Oh, God. What year was it? I was live for it. What year was it? Tell me Tampa lost. Tampa is winning 1-0 against Winnipeg in the first intermission. As Bruins win the draw. Lindholm. Oh, God. I'm trying to remember what year it was. It was the year where... Was it 2011? Yeah, it must have been. It was 2011. It was Tampa, Game 7. It was the one where it was like 1-0. Yeah, it was 2011. I got confused with 2019 for some reason. 2011. I got my years confused. I usually don't do that as a hockey fan. 2011, Game 7 against Tampa. It was 1-0. One of the most clean hockey games you'll ever watch. Bemstrom. Goodbranson with it. Sorry, I had a mental brain fart. I apologize. Juracek, puck dumped in for the Blue Jackets. Kept alive. Here is Sillinger for Bemstrom. For Kent Johnson around the boards. Frederick gets knocked down. Kent Johnson holds it in. Juracek closes to the net. Juracek knocked away by Grzelcyk. Turnaround shot. Saved by Olmark. Heinen gets it away. Here's Grzelcyk. Moved up. And it's deflected in the zone off Juracek. Will not be icing. And what? I guess it is. They had a goal waved off for Winnipeg. The goal... Oh. Well, I didn't watch the game yesterday, so I wouldn't have known. Face-off won by Gauntz. Roslovic. Shot from the line, missed the net. Grzelcyk now. Bruins are bad? No, they're not. Texier knocked down by Fred. The Bruins are not bad. Well, got into a little bit of a slump, and they got out of trouble. They've been perfect since the Christmas break. Texier. Gauntz shot, save. Rebound knocked away. What a block on a chance for Roslovic. Texier tied up there by Merkulov. Gauntz back to Severson. A shot missed the net. Rebound. Roslovic couldn't get a shot away. Show us what you watching. Can't show it. Legally. Against the law. Cannot show the game. Shattenkirk gets it up and out. And this will be an icing here against the the Bruins, excuse me. I don't like when people ask, can you show the game? No, I legally can't. I'm not like one of those idiots who don't care about their YouTube channel, who just show games for no reason. I legally can't show the game. I actually care about my channel. I can't show the game. Voronkov against Merkulov with the face-off dot to the right of Olmark. Marchenko will take it against Georgi Merkulov. Someone has to express written consent, which I don't have. As Olmark smothers the puck on Shattenkirk, who just threw it right to him. Coyle against Voronkov. Coyle wins it. Struggled the last couple of games. They've literally won 3 games in a row. If you actually do your research, they've won 3 games in a row. All of which pretty handily. A shot went up and out of play. Time, 16:29 to go in the third period. Still 3.5 minutes. I mean, still got a lot to go. I'm actually surprised you were allowed to do this. The old disclaimer of used to outlaw accounts of sporting events. They don't care about that anymore. As long as you don't show the game, you're good. Zaka against Danforth. Severson's shot saved by Olmark. Got banned on TikTok for doing that on my TikTok live. Mods, take care of that individual, please. I'm watching. Let me take care of that individual, please. Thank you. Marchenko against Coyle. Coyle wins the draw. Thank you. That's all I needed to see. He's really trying to push my buttons, and I just don't want to have to do what I needed to do. Puck was played with a hand pass. I'll stop play. Was really trying to push my buttons, and it was really making me a little bit angry. So I thank you for taking care of business. I appreciate it. He was making up shit that the Bruins were doing bad. No. He lied to all of our faces. Here is good Branson. Play it around. McAvoy will try to lift it up and out. Bemstrom for Sillinger. Now, if he had said the Bruins had been struggling but had bounced back after the break, fine. Because it's true. But he claimed the Bruins have still been struggling. Like they didn't beat the Devils on Saturday and the Red Wings on Sunday. And the Sabres on Wednesday. Ugh. Here is good Branson. I think he was a Minnesota or a Winnipeg fan. And that's why he said what he said. Up ice, Heinen on a nice feed from Olmark. Heinen plays it in around the net. Martin to Juracek. Heinen knocks it down. Zaka to Geeky with it. Geeky in front trying to find Heinen. Couldn't quite find him. Probably like 8 or 12. Yeah, he's probably like... I've been probably watching hockey longer than that dude's been alive, probably. Guaranteed. Geeky to Zaka. I've been watching hockey since 2008. So... I've been watching hockey for a very long time. Can't complain. They have been winning. Yep, absolutely. They have been winning. Pasternak up ice. Here's Geeky over to Brandon Carlo. Lost it to Jake Bean. You are a youngster. Well, yeah, I'm only 19. Roslovic dumps it in around the net. I'm not even 20. I'm going to be 20 in August. Markulov move it ahead. Taken back, and Lauko will flip it up and out. 60 next week. Oh, wow. All right. Happy early birthday. Steen tied up with Texier. Nice job. Lauko in there as well. Good job by Steen kicking that, tying up that puck. Lauko, Merkulov, there's Oscar. Steen shot saved by Spencer Martin. Lauko to Steen, tied up. On Bruins 1967. My gosh. Olmark. It's crazy. For McAvoy, that puck deflects up into the crowd, up and out of play off a stick. It's caught by a Bruins fan. Yay. Nice catch. Somebody in a Marchand jersey. Wait. Is that... Wait a minute. I feel like I recognize that guy. Because I have a friend who I go to school with who was at that game tonight. I feel like I recognize him. He looks exactly like him. I gotta text him. He's sitting down that way. These are his seats. I gotta text him. Is that him? Did you just catch a puck? Hold on a minute. 8 days after I was born, the Bruins beat the Leafs 11-0 at Maple Leaf Gardens. Wow. I gotta text him. Hold on. Where's Zach? There he is. Did you just catch a puck? Looked like you on the screen. On the TV. Lol. B's quite inept at puck. Yeah, the Bruins can't make a pass right now. They're doing their typical MO in the third period, and that's not do anything. We're in commercial break. No, it's the other corner of the rink. Ah, no. Ah, dang. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, he's sitting in front of the benches. Oh, okay. He just sent me a view of the other side of the arena. Marchenko against Coyle as Voronkov got kicked out. Yep, I know the Worcester Railers. I heard commercials on the radio about them the other day. Puck drop set for 5:05 at the DCU Center. Here is McAvoy with it. Puck flipped up and over. Goodbranson, Marchand in a foot race. Goodbranson beats him. Turnover. Marchand keeps it. Fires. Knocked down. Coyle for DeBrusk, and he can't get the pass through to him. Marchenko for Chinnikov. Closed off there by Lohrei. Marchand to Coyle. Lift it up and in the zone. Here's Juracek, pressured by Marchand. Juracek getting around Heinen, but Carlo cuts off the pass. Carlo back skating, Van Riemsdyk trying to get it to Frederick. Frederick lifts it in, 12.5 left. Van Riemsdyk in front, and they score! The Bruins lead 3-1. Denton Heinen. The Bruins have a 3-1 lead. Aha! So, Heinen got the rebound and he went upstairs. It was a shot from Van Riemsdyk. Heinen got the rebound and put it in. The Bruins lead 3-1. Aha! So the secondary goal scorers come out in full force. Van Riemsdyk, Shattenkirk, and Heinen. Heinen gets his 5th, and the Bruins lead 3-1. Zacha trying to get it to Pasternak. He gets it to him on a second attempt. Provorov. Heinen's last goal is November 30th. Well, you know, in that Sharks game, huh? Lindholm. Let's go Bruins, the chant from the crowd in Columbus. That's great. When the Bruins travel well, that's all I'll say about that. Pasternak, what a move getting around the defender. Pasternak. Back, and there's nobody there. There's a fight in the PWHL game. Oh, that's going to be on social media later. I'm going to be watching that very soon after this game ends. James Van Riemsdyk with the assists. His 17th. All right. Van Riemsdyk got 17 assists? Huh. He got 24 points this season. For $1 million, that's a steal. Good Branson over to Christensen. Bice. Olmark will come out of his net, played over to Shattenkirk to Grzelcyk. 24 points for $1 million? That's a steal. Lauko in on Martin. He'll make the stop. Wow. 7 goals and 17 assists for 24 points for only $1 million for Van Riemsdyk? Nice. The votes in the poll so far, 103 votes, 85%. Say that the Bruins are going to win. 15% says Columbus is going to win. If you agree or disagree with the poll, let me know in the poll in the chat. And McAvoy puts it just wide of the net. Low ride to McAvoy with it. McAvoy to the net, and it's gloved down by Martin. We have 51 viewers and 49 likes. Thank you all for being here. If you have not yet, make sure to please smash the like button on the live stream. Would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We got just about half the period left, just under 11 minutes to go in the third period. 3-1 Boston. Coyle lifts it ahead. Marchand might have a break. Here's Marchand. He puts it over the net. He tried going upstairs as Martin committed low, and Marchand just put too much on it. Yeah, make sure to please smash the like button as well. And subscribe to the channel. That would help me out a lot too. The more subscribers we get, the more traction we get on YouTube, the bigger we can grow this. Hit that notification bell as Marchand throws it up into the 9th row. Make sure to also follow me on social media. The links are down below in the description. Go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those platforms. Donations are accepted, and donations are not mandatory, but definitely voluntary if you want to. Donations are accepted in 2 ways. You can hit the dollar bill sign in the chat and send a super chat, or you can hit the pinned comment in the live chat, hit that link. That link's also the first link in the description down below. You can donate to the stream there. Hey Sam, do the Sharks suck? Yes, they do. Here is, and it's the management's fault. Here is Gaudreau. Piss poor management. It's going to screw you over. Here is Justin Danforth to the goal, spinning back against Carlo. Played back to Provorov. His shot. Olmark makes a nice save and guides it into the corner. Carlo threw it behind the net, but Fantilli's there to take it away. Severson's bomb misses the net, and it goes up and out of play. Favorite Bruins player ever, Patrice Bergeron. 100%. They go to commercial break. Bruins lead 3-1 on a goal from Danton Heinen. Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr is always a good choice. You know, all I can do is look back at the highlights on YouTube of Bobby Orr, and you know, he's great. All right, DJ sent the clip of the fight. I gotta see it. Pushing and shoving. Shove, shove, shove. Push, push. Yep. Pushing and shoving. Oh, well, it's not really a fight. Just pushing and shoving. No, no. Dan Heinen still has more even strength points than Tyler Bertuzzi. Heinen has 12 even strength points at league minimum, and Tyler Bertuzzi at $5.5 million has 11 even strength points. Heinen has 12. I don't think that Wins Pro League will survive. I mean, speaking of the attendance has been good so far for the first opening games, and the excitement of the Women's Hockey League, I think it'll survive. As long as they don't WNBA it, you know what I mean? As long as they do well with it and they market properly, they should have no issues surviving. Big tie-up for the puck, and it's knocked into the corner. The WNBA is not properly marketed. And it sucks, because women's basketball because the WNBA is actually really cool. But I think they can actually market better to a female audience with hockey, you know? Here's Geeky across the line, I think. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be awesome it's awesome for the hockey. Here is go Mystics. No, go Connecticut Sun. What? Zaka yanked down by Provorov. I'm also a New Englander. I guess the Connecticut Sun are coming to the Garden soon. Awesome. They're gonna be at TD Garden, and I guarantee they'll sell that out, or at least get a good crowd for it. Here's Grizzlick. For Pasternak, he lifts it in the zone. 9 minutes to go. What about Ray? Again, another good option. A man who just recently celebrated a birthday, Ray Bourque. Another good option. Texier for Brendan Gaunce. It's offside with 8:45 to go in the third. Face-off won by the Blue Jackets. Christensen bumped into. Texier dumps it in behind Olmark. Roslovic trying to throw it in front, and the Bruins get it away. Here comes McAvoy. He chips it in the zone. Lauko first to the puck. Lauko in front trying to find Steen. Couldn't. Merkulov will try to move it ahead. Roslovic, puck bouncing on him. Merkulov gets it back, chips it back to Lowry. Lauko, McAvoy, having trouble playing it against Gaunce. McAvoy backtracks. Puck deflects off Steen. If I can spit it out, that'll be great. Good Branson. For Christensen. Up ice, Lindholm knocks it down. Over to Carlo. Marchand, 3-on-2. Marchand closes. Got a stick lift from the back-checking Chinnikov. Here is Marchenko. Getting around Lindholm. Marchenko slows down. Blue Jackets will have a delayed offside. Marchand takes away off a miscue. Marchand rips it. Saved by Martin. A passing miscue from the Blue Jackets sprung Marchand on a partial break. Here is Marchenko. Wrist shot goes high into the netting, up and out of play. Coyle against Danforth as Fantilli got kicked out of the draw. 7.5 left. 3-1 Boston. Coyle wins the draw. Whoever predicted 3-1, you're right on the money right now. Grizzlick to McAvoy. Heinen in the neutral zone. Heinen lifts it in. Jake Bean pressured by Heinen, who has the most recent Bruins goal. Fantilli playing it around. Here's Gaudreau. Played it around, and here is Juracek up ice. Nice up ice stretch pass to Fantilli. The play is broken up by McAvoy. Bean over to Juracek. Pass across, got intercepted by McAvoy. Heinen up ice. Heinen throws it in on Martin. He'll make the save. Jake Bean with it. Shots are 24-22 Boston. Johnson, Pasternak takes him down. Lohrei for Pasternak for Geekie. They didn't call that. I'm surprised. I thought it was a penalty. Bean to Severson. Pass goes off Zacha. Who scored the first goal for the Bees? Kevin Shattenkirk did. Played in front. Knocked down. Zacha. For Pasternak. In front for Geekie. It's in front of in the net in the crease. And Spencer Martin makes the save with 6 minutes to go in regulation. So Sam, you were born in 2004? Yes. How's it going, Jack? Jack D'Souza, how's it going? Merkulov wins the draw clean. Lindholm, Carlo, his shot missed the net. Merkulov trying to chip it in front, can't get it to Lauko. Gauntz for Texier, onside. Juracek closes around the net. Olmark scrambling over. Pass to Texier, got deflected. Empty net goal, well, Blue Jackets are probably another 2 or so minutes away from pulling the goalie, so who knows. Good Branson. Texier lifts it in. McAvoy gets it free from Gauntz. McAvoy uses the glass and gets it out. Severson will go back and get it. Jake DeBrusk on the foot on the forecheck, excuse me. I forgot the word. Here is Marchenko. Olmark fights it off of the blocker. Popped up in the air. Marchand knocks it down. Here is Chinnikov. A backhand closed off by Coyle. Marchenko for Chinnikov in the corner. Back to Provorov of the line. Severson's drive. Misses high and wide. Seems Brady had a malfunction. You know, I have those a lot more, and I don't... I'm having those a lot more recently, and I don't know why. It's hard to broadcast this game, man. This game's hard sometimes to call. It's super fast. I've been calling it for years, but sometimes it's hard, man. Gaudreau dumps it in. Olmark plays it to Carlo. Leave me alone, man. Heinen uses the glass. What a play by Heinen. Van Riemsdyk has Frederick. Van Riemsdyk across. Frederick scores! What a feed by James Van Riemsdyk. It is a line hat trick for Van Riemsdyk, Frederick, and Heinen. 4-1 Boston. And that is the cherry on top. Unreal. This trio is amazing. Wow. Oh, what a shot by Frederick. That's disgusting. Never break up Heinen, Van Riemsdyk, and Frederick. Those three are doing wonders right now. Frederick with 3 goals in his last 2 games, and it's 4-1 Bruins. Sillinger, Johnson, Goodbranson for Bemstrom put wide. Sillinger. Johnson back to Christensen. Goodbranson. Puck goes past Christensen. It bounced over his stick. Keep that trio together. Bemstrom, fans on the pass. That's Frederick's 10th of the year? All right, Frederick. Shattenkirk. Bumped into. Grizzlick. For Shattenkirk. Backhand scoop out of the zone. Keep that line together. That's a line hat trick for Van Riemsdyk, Frederick, and Heinen, all of which who have scored tonight. Here is Roslovic. Shot saved by Ullmark, who has been awesome tonight. Good save. They go to commercial break. The Bruins are in the driver's seat. Frederick's getting hot. That entire third line's getting hot too. They go to commercial break. Thanks for the game call. Of course, Metroid, of course. The Bruins, 4 goal scorers, have a combined... I can't believe I'm saying this. I gotta look up Frederick's number to be sure. Trent Frederick. Contract. I just gotta see. 2.3. Okay, hold on. 2.825. 2.3. All right. The Bruins goal scorers tonight have a combined $5.125 million on their contracts for this season. Because Heinen gets $750. Shattenkirk gets $1 million. That's a 1.75. And then Van Riemsdyk got 1.1. And then Frederick gets 2.3. $5.125 million just gave you 4 goals tonight. Awesome. Awesome. Depth. It's there. Again. Who scored? Trent Frederick. You said the Bruins would win 4-1? Good. I'd gladly play for $600,000. Well, Heinen's making league minimum at $750, so 2:45 to go. I'm surprised the Blue Jackets aren't pulling their goalie. Texier in front, and Ullmark makes the stop. $5.2 million on $80 million plus payroll. Exactly. And the cap is moving. $4 million next year. That's a good thing that we have depth for cheap now because the cap space is going up. Face-off won by Roslovic against Merkulov. It comes all the way back down. Martin will leave it for Juracek. 2.5 left in this one. Gaunt's offside with 2:25 left. Approximately $25 million in cap space come July. Ooh, it's going to be fun this offseason for the Bruins. They're going to have some money to spend. Stay tuned this summer because we're going to be covering the free agency this summer. We'll be covering when free agency opens July 1, and it's going to be a fun time. Can't wait. Van Riemsdyk will take the draw against Voronkov as Frederick got kicked out. Oh, here's Marchenko. Van Riemsdyk moving it ahead. Puck goes off Heinen. Turnaround. Whoa, Marchenko's shots fought off by Ullmark. In the last year of their contract, we'll need to re-sign. We can look at that after the game. We can stick around. Chinnikov's shot missed the net. We'll look at the cap friendly after the game. We can kind of decide the midway point of the season, who should we keep around, who should we not. We'll talk about that after the game. So if you want to stick around for that, stay tuned after the game ends. We'll go through there. Here is Juracek against Frederick. Here is Jake Bean with a minute and a half to go. Bean gets it in. Grzelcyk gets it back. Grzelcyk pressured by Danforth. Shattenkirk with a minute and a half left. Here is Jacob Lauko in the middle. Steen can't play the puck. Severson takes it away. Shattenkirk battling with Gaudreau. Puck comes over to Fantilli. A shot. Nice save, Olmark. Danforth's drive is blocked wide. We'll stay live till about 10 o'clock. We can discuss that for a little bit. Merkulov in front. Scramble. Blue Jackets and the Bruins get it away. Shattenkirk just gets it out with, as we are approaching the final minute of regulation. So the Bruins are going to be going on a 4-game winning streak. Exactly what the doctor ordered after the scrum, after the crappy play the Bruins have had in the past few weeks leading up to the break. Johnson in front. Provorov. My Fubo froze. And it's stopped by Olmark. We finally figured it out. Provorov with 30 seconds. Here is Kent Johnson with it. Provorov's bomb. Olmark makes another good save. Olmark has been awesome tonight. Olmark, the Bruins will be getting their 23rd win of the season. Will be getting points number 51 and 52. And we still haven't scored more than 5 goals in a game this season. And that just shows how good your goaltending is, that you don't need to score more than 5 goals to win hockey games. It's crazy. Puck comes out. And Goodbranson will dump it in. Olmark will knock it down for Lowry with 20 seconds to go. Celtics and Thunder's game is wild. I'll turn that game on right after this game ends. Lauko throws it up ice. Here is Oscar Steen. Turnaround and a save by Martin in the final seconds of regulation. They throw the 4th line out there. And the... Let's get to your 3 stars of tonight's game as we're going to head over to the Celtics Thunder game because I want to watch that. Well, hold on, let's see how the game's going. Who's winning? Why are we losing? Never mind. I'm going to watch NXT. Anyway, 3 stars of the game tonight. Your 3rd star of the game tonight is a man who led the Bruins to this victory. Who scored? Just logged in. Bruins win 4-1. Bruins goals: Kevin Shattenkirk, James Van Riemsdyk, Danton Heinen, and Trent Frederick. Who helped lead this team to victory tonight. Who is one of the most noticeable Bruins on the ice? Danton Heinen. Heinen's your 3rd star of the game. Had a goal. Heinen had a very nice game tonight. Your 2nd star of the game tonight is Trent Frederick. What a goal in the 3rd period, kind of putting things away. What a play. What a goal for Trent Frederick. And your 1st star of the game tonight is the man who kept us in this game the entire way. The goaltender, Linus Ullmark, who had 25 saves on 26 shots. He was excellent tonight. Now, if you're going to head out, have a great rest of your night. If you want to stick around, let's talk about the Bruins contract situation. We can break that down right now. And I'll give my opinions. You can give yours. If you're a Bruins fan and you care about this, I suggest you stick around to listen to this. So let's go to Cap Friendly, which is our very trustable source that we can use to find stuff out. All right. Let's look at this. Whew. Bruins have some stuff to do. Lucic won't get re-signed, but we can rule that out. Code Red, not happening. Forbert, he's on LTIR right now. Do you think he walks? You think that? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Are we ready to have the conversation of, if Grzelcyk and Forbert are both not there, here's our left defenseman core. Hampus Lindholm, Mason Lohrei, and Parker Wotherspoon. Are we ready to have that conversation? If Grzelcyk and Forbert both aren't here next year, are we ready to have that conversation? Is Lohrei and Wotherspoon ready to be full-time NHL defensemen if Grzelcyk and Forbert both walk? I'm fine with that. Are we fine with that? Are we really? So if we let Derek Forbert walk, let's say, we lose one of our key pieces to the back end, one of our key pieces on the penalty kill. It's a good conversation to have. I don't know if I'm ready then yet. If he wants any more than $4 million, I think he will. Oh, yeah, 100%. He shouldn't get the $3 million he's getting. If he was willing to take 2.5, I'm down for 2 years. I'm down. I don't hate Derek Forbort. I think he's great. Especially on the penalty kill and on the back end. He's not known for his offensive ability or his skating. But if he's willing to take 2 to 2.5 million for 2 more years, keep him around. Now, if that's the case and Grzelcyk walks, which I think is what one of 2 things are going to happen for Grzelcyk. Either he gets traded at the deadline or the Bruins don't re-sign him. One of those 2 things are going to happen. Right? For Matt Grzelcyk. One of those 2 things are going to happen. Either 1, he gets traded, or number 2, he walks. He will not be on the Bruins next season. I can call that from a mile away. Lowry, I think, will be finding a bigger role. I like what I've seen from him. Me too. I like to see Grizz traded. Yes, and I think I'd rather get something back for Grzelcyk than not. You know? It sucks because Grzelcyk's been here for a while, right? Get Grzelcyk for picks, a prospect maybe, as part of a package deal for somebody. I don't know. Right? Here's Kevin Shattenkirk. Let's keep that guy around. This guy's impressive. For his age at 34 years old, he can still go. He still has a few more years left in him. Keep Shattenkirk around. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shattenkirk has been awesome this year for the cheap price at only $1.05 million. Just over $1 million. Resign for around the same price. I'm willing to give him a little more. If he wants 1.5, sure. Sure. Shattenkirk's been great. He scored tonight. He's got 3 goals in his last 3 games. That's great. Right? RFA, Parker Wotherspoon. Bring him back. I say bring Parker Wotherspoon back. He's been solid. He has been solid for the Bruins. Bring him back. I am on board with that. To bring Wotherspoon back. Why not? 1 for 1? 1 by 1? Absolutely. $1 million for a year? Sure. Why not? He can be our 7th defenseman. You could put him in the minors if you need to, if you want to get him some minutes. You can put him in the... He's the guy you call up when somebody gets hurt. Right? Ian Mitchell. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't really like Mitchell. Wotherspoon's been great. I think. For his role. All right. 4 forwards will be free agents this offseason. Let's talk about them all. Danton Heinen. Let's talk about Heinen, who scored tonight. Heinen's done really well at league minimum at $775. He resigns? I believe so too. He'll probably get 1.5. I'm thinking 1.5 for Heinen over a 2 or 3 year span. He's 28 years old. He could play both sides on the wing. Heinen's a good middle 6 resilient guy who you can stick pretty much anywhere in the lineup and he'll do well. Which is why I think bringing back Heinen was the best thing the Bruins could have. Probably one of the most underrated things the Bruins did all offseason was bring back Danton Heinen. That guy is something. Oscar Steen. He's an RFA this offseason. I don't see the Bruins bringing back Oscar Steen. I don't. I don't see it. He's been with the organization for quite a few years now. He's an RFA. They'd have to go to arbitration. Could even be a deadline piece. Part of a package. Never know. James Van Riemsdyk. 24 points for $1 million. Don Sweeney masterclass here. 7 goals and 17 assists for James Van Riemsdyk. Absolute masterclass here. He's 34 and he's still producing 24 points in 36 games. Awesome. 1 year and 1.5. Fine by me. All right. Here's the big one. Jake DeBrusk. I don't think Jake DeBrusk makes it past the deadline with the Bruins. I'd be shocked. We've had this conversation for 3 straight years. 3 years in a row. Is because 2 years ago, we had the discussion, do we move DeBrusk? And no, he signs a couple $1 million deal. He signs a $4 million deal for 2 more years. Okay. Last year, he had a career-high season in goals, assists, and points, right? And we said, do we trade DeBrusk to maximize his value? Mahan, dude, you don't know. I've seen a lot more deeper comments than just saying the Bruins are trash. Don't time him out, ban him. You can ban him. I gave you full permission to ban him. He had a career-high season last year, and we were talking about trading him to maximize his value. Right? Here, I'll ban him. Oh, no, he was hidden. All right, he was banned. Okay, anyway. We didn't. And I said that was a good move. Right? Now, he's having another mediocre year. It's right back to where we started with him. He's had a recent good stretch. The past 4 or 5 games, he's been much better. But at $4 million, it is a contract year for him. Only 16 points in 34 games for a guy who had 50 points last year? Ooh. And DeBrusk had 4 goals in the postseason last year. 4. I don't think DeBrusk makes it past the deadline. I honestly don't. I think he and Grzelcyk, we're probably gonna have to eat some money on DeBrusk's contract for the rest of the way, which I'm fine with, to move on and go get a top 6 winger. And the reason I'm okay with that is because we have enforcements. We have depth. Right? We're not getting Ovechkin. Ovechkin's done practically nothing. He's just starting to heat up for the Capitals now. We're not getting Ovechkin. What we are going to do, we're going to go get a top 6 winger that's on the trade block. If we don't, we're going to get one this offseason. Do I know who that is? No. It could be any of the above. It could be Elias Lindholm, who's out there. I've heard Stamkos could be available. I don't know, though. I've heard he was available, and then I heard a few days ago they're going to keep him unless they fall out of a playoff spot. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Connor Bedard. Jesus Christ. No. If the Bruins are content on keeping DeBrusk through the end of his contract, which is the end of the season, DeBrusk will not be a Bruin next year. I can confirm that whether he's traded or not. DeBrusk is sticking around. And, okay, Jack, is not a shot at you. This is a shot at everybody else. Why are people throwing it out there ever since the start of the season that Linus Ullmark should be traded? Why? He just won the Vezina. Sure, he had a mediocre games 5 and 6 of the postseason. But remember, this is $5 million that people are going to try to, that the Bruins want people to take. $5 million for this season and next. That's not going to happen. Ullmark will be here through the end of his contract. Swayman will get paid this offseason. Swayman's going to get the big bucks. He's getting 3.475. He's going to get about the same as Ullmark. Ullmark for Bedard 1-for-1. I think the Blackhawks might be stupid enough to take that. We don't need a center. Because remember, Geeky, Zacha, Coyle, Frederick, Merkulov, Patra, Beecher. Our center depth is completely fine. We need a winger. Maroon? No! I don't want Pat Maroon. No thanks. I don't need Pat Maroon. No thank you. No thanks. I'm all set. Our tough guy for playoffs, we got Frederick. We've got Forbert who can fight. Lauko, who has fought in a couple of times. The Bruins aren't known to be the big bad Bruin. Carlo. McAvoy can be physical. Very physical. The Bruins don't have to be the big bad Bruins of the 2010s of anymore. They've proven with their skill they can get around that. Sure, the Bruins know how to get physical, and they have. But that's not the story of this team like it was in 2011, right? And that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I got a question the other day. Do you think the Leafs might bite at Ullmark? They're going to try. They are going to try. Do not give Ullmark to the Maple Leafs. What do you think Swayman gets paid? $5 million. The same exact amount as Ullmark. I think Swayman's gonna get Ullmark money. When Ullmark's contract's up, I think we're gonna let him walk. Because we have Brandon Bussey in the minors waiting. And Bussey is ready. But I don't think you need to break up Ullmark and Swayman yet. This is a good problem to have. When you have 3 good goalies, that's a good problem to have. That's a good problem. You know what I mean? A good problem to have is having is having 3 good goaltenders who are all NHL ready. Who do you like better? I like Swayman better personally, but I still enjoy Ullmark because he makes some awesome saves, you know? Excuse me. Grant said that 2 generals on a battlefield are 1 too many. Yes, but when the Bruins... Again, this is a good problem to have. That was a firework. This is a good problem to have, guys. Ullmark will be a Bruin through his contract. Unless he just absolutely shits the bed, I don't see him getting traded. People think he should have been traded this offseason. I was like, if it happens, they're gonna regret it. And I still think that if the Bruins trade Ullmark, they're gonna regret it. Interesting deadline, that's for sure. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting deadline and an interesting offseason for Boston because the Bruins gonna have a lot of money to spend. So if they don't get a top 6 set for this deadline, they might get one this offseason. Where they'll have money to pay for an Elias Lindholm, a Steven Stamkos, or even a William Nylander. Now, I know we're not going to get Nylander. I heard rumors the Leafs and Nylander are pushing towards the deal. That's fine. However, we're going to have that money. And that money is going to be there. We're going to have like $30 million to spend or something like that this offseason. It's going to be crazy. With the cap moving. So, I expect the Bruins to be active. Regardless of what they do this postseason, if they make the playoffs and get eliminated, or if they win the cup. Right? Or if they win it all this year, let's say. I expect the Bruins to be active. Right? I want to look at Connor McDavid's contract. The Bruins already have a Pastrnak at 11.25. They're not going to be able to afford somebody above just over $10 million. Right? McDavid's going to want good money. He's getting 12.5 right now with the Leafs, with the Oilers. He's got 2 more years after this year on the contract. Right? Who knows? 8 years? Jesus. Wasting his deal. Good God. Wasting his potential. My God. Anyway. He'll take less than a few years to play for a good franchise, not that poverty when he's playing for now. Eesh. Not cut. Oh, why did they not cut Lucic? Who knows? They're letting the whole thing play it out. Lucic will be back. No, he won't. They won't dare put him back on the ice after what happened. No. I don't think so. Because, and it's not because I don't want him back, it's because the Bruins they're probably going to cut him. They're probably going to cut him. His contract, his hearing, his court date is like the end of this month. And it'll blow over. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will. I'm hoping that it will. I don't think it will. We'll let it play out. He's gonna get booed for this, regardless if he did it or not. Regardless of what happens, if he comes back on that ice, he's gonna get booed. Regardless. How long does Brad have in him? Till the end of his contract. He'll be done. If the Bruins win the cup this year, Marchand will retire as a champion. I think. McAvoy will be the next captain. And it's going to be great. McAvoy being the captain of the Bruins is going to be a good thing. I think. Anyway, folks. That's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for me tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's live stream, make sure to please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your post notifications to never miss when I go live or upload here on the channel. Follow me on social media. All the links are down below in the description. Second, third, and fourth links down below. It is my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, all down there. You should go follow me on all those platforms. I'll be live Thursday for Bruins and Penguins. That's going to be a good hockey game. Bruins, Penguins, Thursday from the TD Garden in Boston. That's going to be an ESPN game. That should be very interesting. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Bruins win 4-1 the final over the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll see how Thursday goes against Pittsburgh. Have a fantastic rest of your night. I finally get a day off tomorrow. I have to go to the dentist. Damn it. See you on Thursday. Bruins win 4-1. Good night.